something of a catastrophic training session on Thursday night, losing 3 players. Back in as fullback comes the gutsy Danny Loftus, who played so well as a replacement for Steve Walsh against Parramatta last week. Michael Carberry is injured. Into the side comes Shane O'Neill, no stranger to the lock job. He's a great defender but lacks Carberry's attacking flair. Finally, Mitch Brennan, the Rabbitohs skipper, has succumbed to an ankle injury and is replaced by the hard-running Robert Simpkin, another of the very talented crop of youngsters who've joined the club in recent seasons. Graham Murray is given the honour of captaining the side in Brennan's absence. Here they come, Danny Loftus, Ziggy Niscott, Robert Simpkins, Tony Melrose, Ken Wright, Michael Patterson, Graham Murray, Steve O'Neill, Shane O'Neill, Gary Metcalf, Tony Rampling, Gary Hamley, Ken Stewart, Dean Rampling and Coach Bill Anderson. Referee, Mr. John GOCHER. Western Suburbs kicking off, moving from left to right in their black uniform with a white V. South Sydney in their traditional uniform, red, white and green. And Barry Ross on the sideline, a wind report.
Yes, well, the wind's quite strong down here, Rex. It's favouring Western Suburbs. South Sydney won the toss and decided to run against it in this first half, and it's quite a strong nor'easter.
Very good atmosphere here at the ground. Quite a big crowd and anticipating some pretty spirited stuff. Of course, South Sydney undefeated at home this year in 4 matches, playing their 5th. Good record. Greg Cox runs nicely underneath that. About 8 yards into South Sydney's half. Boland, skipper of the side, very wholehearted player, Warren Boland. Mountier from dummy half. Runs into a wall of defenders there. Cooper. Merlot, crossfield a little bit, making himself an easy mark for the defence. That was kicked forward and lost. Play on, 6 to go, says referee GOCHER. As Cooper gets to it quickly, South's a bit slow to react. Mountier, Lamb, Duke. Right through the gap there goes George Fard. Fard sprinting nicely, and he's only dicked about 7 yards out from the line. Western Suburbs moving it up now. Oh, strong stuff from Arbour. Only about a yard and a bit away. West putting on a spirited showing right at the start. A bad pass, but Cox has pulled it in. I think he passed it too and caught it himself. It was going to go anywhere, that one. Duke. And last tackle coming up. Very spirited opening by the Western Suburbs side. Lease. Mountier shouldn't have been the man to get that. And that's when it finishes. Bad bit of dummy half work there. Scrum will go down to restart just inside the south quarter. Graham Murray to feed. South Sydney ball. Neil standing out, gets to the quarter. Patterson a dummy half. The Metcalf. Up the middle. Penalty against Merlot. And perhaps Fard was involved in the penalty. Certainly failing to allow the tackle player to his feet. Melrose. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Picked up by South Sydney. It was knocked forward. Didn't go over the sideline. Cooper leapt high and knocked it forward. South will come up with the ball again. Up and down he goes. No spear tackle there. Just sort of catapulted up. He's played it the wrong way. Totally disorientated. Was Dean Rampling. Well, he's a bit aggressive with his own players there, but I think he might feel a little bit sickened. Have a see at that again. It was a pretty heavy tackle. I said it wasn't a spear tackle. He did land on his shoulders, but he had no idea where he was when he got up. Cox at 5'8" now. Now to Duke. Unloads nicely to Pinkerton. Pinkerton had the idea, was right to unload quickly. But there was effective defence there from Melrose again. Barry Ross as Rampling recovered from that early upending tackle?
Well, I've been watching him closely, Rex. He's been a bit out wide of the ruck. There's a mistake there from winger Ken Wright. He hasn't got involved with the play all that much since the incident, but I think he's recovered. Yes, just taking things steadily at the moment. You were right about the Western Suburbs side being fired up. They were very, very keen to start this well. Terry Fernley pointed out that the last time they had a television match, it was against Balmain, and the big Balmain forwards took control from the start, and he was emphatic that his blokes were not going to allow that to happen today.
Line drop out, and it's been all Western Suburbs geographically. Lamb, who must be, I would think, on a selector's notepad as apropos representative football. Fard, lively young player. Duke, away to Arbour. With the absence of form prop forwards, Arbour could come into consideration. He's got a bit of ball skill. And I know the selectors are desperately looking for the big, strong men who can unload. Merlot, keeping that pressure on. Now Cox, a little toe punt. Oh, Niscott's misjudged that. Ball stolen from him, I think, and I think it's a try. I'm pretty sure it's a try. Boland's come up with one. I think he stole it. Out of the hands, a head-on or shot will tell, but we'll see both. Boland getting a rap for that, and well played too. The kick from Cox was beautifully judged. I called it as Niscott not getting too completely to it, and you'll see that more effectively shown head-on as they come through. Watch Niscott, and there's Boland literally stealing it out of his pocket. He's a Fagan. Greg Cox from 20 yards out, and about 20 yards in from the sideline, kicking across the breeze. Ulamus at the left-hand upright. This is exactly what he's done. The breeze fades it back into touch, so Wests, after about 14 minutes of play, have hit the front 5-0. Back to halfway comes the penalty for Souths. Patterson, Melrose. Still inside their own half. Referee being told by the crowd to get them back on side. They're back 15 yards now. Stewart. Souths are going to have to graft away out of this bad patch. They've been on the receiving end of an enormous amount of hard football in the opening 17 minutes. The only way out is to work hard. Patterson back on the inside. That's to Tony Rampling. Last tackle. Well, they might well take the tackle because they've been winning the scrums, but no, up it goes. Boland will stand his ground on this one and take a loose it. Oh, it has been kicked too hard. There was a try on there. Boland dropped it behind him after a discussion with Greg Cox on who was going to catch it. See it again.
Might have been Greg Cox's hand that just got the ball over the dead ball line.
Here's the incident. Boland losing it. Yes, it was Greg Cox's hand that saved the day. Niscott was poised to swoop the scrum. Only about 9 yards out from West line. It's a West heel. The crowd don't like it, but they play on, says the referee. Lease. It's up and plays it again. A touch by a South Sydney player. Quite a right decision. Lease a little bit tentative when he plays the ball. That's out to Mick Pinkerton, a replacement centre for Ted Goodwin. Duke. Cooper. Long pass out to Broughton. Cuts out a man well back on the inside to Smith. He's got a bit of pace and Lamb's beside him. Smith unloaded nicely to Broughton. He's picked up well in defence there at the back. Loftus was one. Now West can still score from this. Mountie has got to get a penalty. Mountie banged the ball down. He's given him 10 minutes in the sin bin, and I'm not arguing with that. That was a deliberate foul. A deliberate bit of gamesmanship. He was due. He was going to be penalised for it. I would suggest I would perhaps have done the same in his place. But if you do it, you've got to cop the penalty. There was a try-on for all seasons here if illegal play wasn't involved. So 10 minutes in the sin bin for Kenny Stewart. Penalty now to Greg Cox. No doubt about it. 7 points to 0, and the crowd letting John GOCHER know they didn't like it. West 7, South 0. Melrose restarting. Cox stops it with a foot, and straight away it goes back. Loftus takes it well. Very calm player, this fellow. Beat Arthur Moutier well, but Moutier comes again. There's the error situation. In a torrid opening 25 minutes, we've only had 2 errors. Niscott. O'Neill. No, that's not. It's Simpkins. Robert Simpkins, the replacement centre for Brennan. Loftus, Murray, Hamley. Moutier knocked over. Patterson trying to run from dummy half. And a penalty. Failing to let the player play the ball. Bill Anderson, who's got that look on his face of a slight resignation, waiting, I think, to get his mouth onto his players at half-time. Well, Melrose obviously not confident of kicking into the breeze from that distance, Barry Ross.
Yes, well, it's not that strong at ground level, Rex, but he apparently thinks it'll stand up in the breeze high up and not go over the dead ball line.
Good out to Boland. He's well tackled too there by Gary Metcalf. Quick change of possession. South's Rampling losing it. Moutier switches it to the blind. Cooper shows it on the inside. Lease, Boland, Lamb, steps. Moutier switches it back to Cox. The grubber kick is going to be a beauty. Oh, yes. Right over Niscott's head. No way he could have got up to that, short of having a step ladder. And everything the Magpies touch at the moment turns to goal. West come up with a scrum. Lease, the dummy. Duke, very impressed with this lad. Good tackle there on Fard. Lease, long floating pass out to Smith. Back inside to Merlot, then to Moutier. Moutier unloads to Fard. Fard nicely to Lamb. Lamb back on the inside to Duke. Duke gets decked by Loftus in a despairing dive. There's a try coming up for Moutier. He's in from dummy half. The second try in 2 weeks to the veteran. Western Suburbs 10, South Sydney 0. Let's have a look at that from head on. Now, there was a magnificent pass there, and that tackle from Loftus was magnificent, and old Arthur Moutier suddenly must be taking pills, I think, because he sprinted there that 10 metres beautifully. Cox, only 15 yards out, about 10 yards off centre. Sprayed it a little bit, but it's over, and there's a very commanding lead. West 12, South Sydney 0. Stewart, 4 minutes to go in the sin bin. And penalty to South Sydney. Incorrect feed. That Mazda Footballer of the Year will receive a magnificent Mazda RX-7 as his prize valued at $17,000. The player responsible for the King G try of each match receives 150, and the player responsible for the Mazda try of the year receives a Mazda 626 sedan valued at $9,654. Now South's desperately trying to get on the board before half-time. Niscott. Now Hamley. Straight and hard. 12 points to 0 the deficit. O'Neill. Only 10 yards out. Loftus, the fullback. Up to Murray. Still 10 yards out. Directly in front of the posts. Loftus. Patterson. Back inside the rampling, Tony. But still 10 yards out. The referee's positioned himself to see who's onside for that kick. Did it well. Up she goes. Who's got it? I think it's a try to South Sydney. Who's going to come up with that? I think it's Ziggy Niscott. 12-3. Let's see that again. I like the way the referee positioned himself directly in line with South Sydney there. Actually ran backwards to get himself into the correct position. From head on, that looked pretty good. Ken Stewart, 2 minutes in the sin bin as Melrose kicks. It's all shaved the outside of the upright, so the score remains 12-3 Western Suburbs way. Well, now Stewart's back on the field.
Yes, well, there are 2 timekeepers down here, one from West and one from South Sydney, and they've both agreed. And Ken Stewart's been standing down here for a minute or so and did receive instructions from his coach, Bill Anderson, and he's gone back on to the satisfaction of both the timekeepers.
Regardless of whatever anyone else says, he's back on the field early. I'd say by 2 minutes. Swinging right arm from Terry Lamb. Crowd setting up a chant of off, off, off. John GOCHER being put under this pressure from the fans. See it again. It was a stupid, idiotic thing to do. Melrose, Murray, a pass looked a touch forward. Simpkins has it. Away to Metcalf. Out to Hamley. Hamley weaves his way through. Up to halfway. There's another swinging arm in that. We might have a player move from this one. Fard being called out. See that incident again. There it was, a short arm jolt. It missed. That's 2 stiff or swinging arms in the space of 60 seconds. Now, it was 6 minutes to half-time. Dean Rampling. Referee runs in close to the ruck, I think sensing a bit of an explosion there as Metcalf comes on the burst. South's backs line nice and deep. The penalty against Mountier, failing to get off the tackle player. Now West are going to blow this if they don't cool it. They're trying to play with controlled aggression, but it's culminating in penalties against them. Melrose from Souths, only about 10 metres off centre and 5 metres short of the quarter line. 22 goals and 35 attempts. Good success rate, 62.9. And another one. So then, the score. Western Suburbs 12, South Sydney 5. Brett Cox. Loftus takes it well. Immediately unloads to Melrose. Stewart at dummy half. And he runs from there. Just 10 yards outside his quarter. Right. That's a kick ahead. Pinkerton has picked up the dregs there. Duke. Merlot. Smith. Cooper, beautifully out to Broughton. Broughton's up the sideline and picked off nicely by Kenny Wright.
Wright got across there quite well for that tackle because he was dummy half from the play the ball.
Scrum situation at this point in time. 4-all. The penalties, though, favour South Sydney 7-3. Murray back on the inside to Rampling. That's Tony, number 10. Dean's number 13. 10 yards from halfway. Patterson, Metcalf. Simpkins well tackled there by Wayne Smith. Dean Rampling. Stewart unloads to Murray. Murray kicks ahead. Patterson will leap. Knocks it backwards. Play on. Wright leaves it behind. Knocked backwards. And Wright quickly recovered, but that one was there to be taken. Hamley. Underneath the head high and right through into the clear. He's got support. Takes the tackle. Oh, he had support on the right-hand side. And he may well get a pat on the back for that from his teammates for making the run, but there was a try on there. There was an awful swinging arm. So at the half-time break, we've got Western Suburbs in front by 12 points. The try to Western Suburbs came from Warren Boland and Arthur Mountier, and 3 goals from 3 attempts to Greg Cox. Back with all the action of the second half. Away for the second half. Melrose kicking off. Now, Souths have got the breeze at their back, and one wonders whether that'll bring a change in tactics. Barry Ross has been in both dressing rooms.
Yes, and you're right, Rex. South certainly will use this win. They're going to take full advantage of it. Bill Anderson spoke to his side at length about their defence. He was worried that they were being brushed off 2 or 3 times during the game, and they've got to tighten up that aspect of the game and use the wind, as I said. Western Suburbs, while they were conscious of the wind, they're going to use their little chips into the wind, and they're going to use those constantly whenever they get the chance in the opponent's 25. Warren Boland, the West captain, did speak to his side about those head-high tackles in the first half, and he said we can do better than that. We don't have to use those, so he got stuck into them.
Did Terry Fernley have anything to say to his team about that?
Well, Terry concurred with Warren Boland. He said, yes, we don't have to do those things. We're on top. Terry Fernley pointed out how well they played in the first 30 minutes without that sort of nonsense, and the 2 silly penalties cost them dearly.
Right, well, back to the action. West putting plenty of ball work in at the moment, but not going anywhere. I threw about 8 pairs of hands then. And Stewart must have been offside there. Now, Jim Leeson loaded nicely to Fard. Fard held that pass back nicely to Smith. It's dribbled along the ground. The referee says play on. And that's the 6. I'm happy for John GOCHER that ball fell free there. I thought that that would have been classified as passing off the ground.
Yes, it did look that way, didn't it? And I think that's what the crowd thought too, but GOCHER ruled that it went backwards and play on.
Wait west, wait south. There's Murray diving in after it. Lock forward Arneal. Patterson evades 1 tackle, 2. He ran fresh out of support. He ran the wrong way, or the support ran the wrong way. Loftus there festooned in streamers and paper as if he's a Christmas tree. Murray just inside the West half now. 12-5 the score in West favour. Patterson through. Unloaded nicely. That's to Simpkin. Then unloaded to Arneal. Got support on the inside. It's to Loftus. And Loftus is in for a try. Good bust. Loftus backing up there and loved it. See it again. Now watch Patterson, the dummy, through the ineffective tackling there. Found the gap. Out to Simpkins. Nicely popped up to Arneal. That pass, line ball, and onto Loftus, who went over adjacent to the post. Here's the bust again by Patterson. Arneal. And Loftus, I thought he was going to run out the end of the ground up Burke Street. Anderson watching the resurgence. That couldn't have happened at a better time. A try after 3 minutes as Melrose attempts a conversion from 12 yards out. He does so. That was his 3rd success, second success, 2 out of 3. So there's the score with only a couple of minutes of the second half gone. West 12, South 10. Now Wayne Smith restarts with a low trajectory kick. Niscott has it. Niscott evades the first tackle. Lamb picks him off. 12 yards out from their line. Arneal. Look for 2 or 3 rucks and then that ball to go to the right foot of somebody, probably Melrose. Ramping. Just about 3 yards short of the quarter line. There's Melrose. And it's a decent sort of a kick with the left foot. Greg Cox has it on the first bounce. Just his own side of halfway. Broughton lost the ball. South have come up with it. Referee saying double knock-ons. Scrum winner South Sydney. Loftus standing wide, trying to make inroads. Murray. Niscott. Oh, only just caught by Greg Cox around the leg. Murray. Patterson. Beautifully to Melrose. Melrose is in. Through a bit of weak defence there. Smith was at fault. The South Sydney fans going berserk now. They've got their side in front for the first time. And here's the replay of it. Nothing spectacular. He just ran hard and straight through the Wayne Smith tackle. I think Duke had a go at him too and failed. Let's see from head on. Yes, Duke and Smith both missed. And Melrose with a strong run. The joys or otherwise of a coach seeing his team go from a half-time lead of 12-5 to a deficit of 13-12, perhaps 15-12. And Melrose kicked his 4th attempt, 3rd success. And there's the scoreline, 15-12. Wayne Smith. He's got to pick this up on the bounce. Pinkerton finally wrestles him to the ground with the help of Duke on the quarter line. Simpkin. Stewart. Melrose. Yards outside the South Sydney quarter. Ken Wright, little chip through. Oh, Patterson's going to take it on the full. And loads beautifully to Stewart. Stewart's got support. They've got him rattled. Oh, and a LOFTUS, and he's away for number 2. Kenny Wright's kick was beautiful. And the heart torn right out of this Western Suburbs side now in the space of about 8 minutes. See it again. Watch Ken Wright position himself. Melrose had taken the tackle. Patterson in an onside position. Away to Stewart. Look at LOFTUS. He says, this is beautiful. I like it. And in beside the posts. From head on. The right kick, the Patterson catch. Beautifully unloaded pass to Stewart, who ran pretty well. And LOFTUS, no cover defence at all. Absolutely threadbare. And you wouldn't want to know who he barracks for, would you? Melrose only 10 yards out, 10 yards off centre. No trouble at all. That's 15 points in 10 minutes to South Sydney. That's a penalty to West, differential. We've been informed that the ground clock is not functioning correctly. By our estimate, we've had 18 minutes of play. West need to score, and they need it now. Harbour. Lease. Oh, Lisa's gone hard and strong, and he's finished up about 1.5 yards away. Smith. Oh, held his pass up well to Pickett, and that was nice. And Miz got the tackler. West still moving up. Lamb unloads Arbour. Got it out to Skipper Boland, who pivots through one, and they finally belt him to the ground. About 10 yards out. Duke. Arbour. Back on the inside. Must be a try, surely. It is now to Lamb. Underneath the posts. Duke unloaded beautifully there. Held the pass. Had to be a try. They had support to burn. See it again. This is the way it came. Duke. A little bit of shepherding there, perhaps. The referee saying play on. And Duke held that pass up nicely to Lamb from head on. That Shepherd might... Yes, it to me was a little bit obvious, that one. Cox directly in front. Oh, he's miskicked that badly. But it went over. And the score reduces now to 20 points to South, 17 to Western Suburbs. My statistician Trevor Gardner tells me that we've had 20 points in 19 minutes here in this game. Not all for one side, of course. It's 15 from Souths and 5 from Wests. Lamb. Mountier. West back towards their quarter. Big Bob Cooper, who's made a couple of strong runs in this game. But Tunks puts him away. Merlot unable to unload. Greg Cox. That's right, the full. One of the few errors Cox has made today. Scrum on the Western Suburbs quarter. A little bit of battling going on there between Metcalf and Arbour. It's a penalty, South Sydney, differential. Incorrect feed. It starts to question what is persistent infringement when a player is penalised in excess of 3 times for the same offence. It's something that must be defined by the Rugby League. It can't be left up to referees. An additional onus, whether to put a player in the sin bin for 5 minutes or 10 minutes for a persistent infringement. Hamley from the tap restart. Stewart, Murray, Big Metcalf. Seemed to run right into a gap then, and then it closed. Stewart. He's only about half a foot away. And I think that ball's been dropped by Tunks. It has. Just come up with the ball, but again it's a penalty. And that was a Greg Cox scrum feed.
Western Suburbs had this problem last week against East, and they had to swap around us for the scrum feeding.
Murray. Oh, on the burst was Tony Rampling there. With no thought to safety or personal. Now, Patterson. South line deep. Tunks, a good step. He's only about 8 yards out. Ground absolutely covered in paper, streamers. Murray back inside again there to Tony Rampling. Persistent, strong South Sydney attack. Murray through a pass. It's been picked up by Pinkerton. Tackle without the ball was the ruling. Let's see that again. I was following the play, looking for where the ball had gone. Now Murray holds this pass up too long, and it goes in front of Niscott. Sixth attempt coming up. He's kicked 4 and scored a try. And there it is again. So South Sydney get away to that little break again. 22 points to 17. Lawson with Mountier coming from the field.
Looks like South Sydney could be replacing their hooker in the near future too. Mario Fennick on the sideline with coach Bill Anderson now, and it'll be Ken Stewart coming off.
With a scrum win to West. Lease away to Wayne Smith.
Good crowd here today, Rex. 12,700.
There's nearly 13,000 people here at Redfern Oval. We've seen a game with a massive number of points scored. Plenty of changing of the lead. Collison. Arbour driven sideways. Cox kicks through, but it's too far. Oh, it's not! It's a try to Lamb! It's a freak try! Danny Loftus, the fullback, took the odds to try to come in quickly and take that on the move. The bounce as a rugby ball will do, beat him completely, and Lamb has picked up a try that turned out it was never on. Was never on. And look at that horrible bounce. And then we've got a player, Patterson, I think, fell over, and Lamb just skirted through and scored underneath the post from head on. Look at Greg Cox, that little toe poke, but it had gone too far, and Loftus misjudged it completely. The only black mark in his escutcheon in the last couple of weeks. Greg Cox being watched by his coach rather closely with 7.5 minutes to go. This can make it level at 22 all. No pressure to this lad. He's been kicking him for a number of years, and there it is, 22 all. Would you believe? Good vantage point. Fard has had a very strong game, this Fard. Now Lamb running from dummy half, scorer of 2 tries, but played in patches. Cooper, the dummy, he's done better today than I've seen him for quite a few months. Cooper's a very dangerous player when in the mood. Smith, Merlot, the bust. Nicely passed back on the inside to Duke. Duke runs out of support. South Sydney in a little bit of disarray now with plenty of players out on the right for West. They've gone the right way. There's an opening out here. There's an overlap. Cooper can't get a pass away. Yes, he does. It's gone out to Boland. Boland's wrapped up nicely there. Now West's. Smith elects to go back. Gives it to Arbour. Back inside to Cooper. Cooper streaming upfield. It's a pass away. It's gone loose on the ground, and South Sydney have it. The crowd breathe again. 22 all, 2 minutes to go.
Bill Anderson had called off Graham Murray and put Greg Mackey on the sideline, but whether he'll have time to get on there or not remains to be seen.
O'Neill, tackle. Play about 10 yards out from South's line. South's all standing in a bunch right now. There's the safety first factor. Smith takes that beautifully. Has he got the strength to run back upfield? Pretty slow motion stuff at the moment. Now West's turn to make forward progress. Pinkerton got a pass away. Been picked up by Wright. Oh, and the crowd sensed that he might slip into the open there, but he couldn't. Fennick looks and finds Rampling. Gets it in there to Loftus. Loftus goes up the sideline. Gets a pass back inside to Wright. And Loftus has redeemed himself. And that's a win for South Sydney in the dying stages through Danny Loftus, who was able to scoop up that pass. Let's see it again. inside to Loftus, made the initial break. The pass timed nicely to Ken Wright, and Wright streamed away, and that's a winning try, and from head on. There's Rampling's pass back on the inside, a good one. The evasion of the tackle there. Back inside there to Kenny Wright, and Wright, there's nobody there was going to catch him, but Narber could have got a 7-point try against him. The little girl showing how delighted the South Sydney fans are. The statistics of the match as we watch the attempted goal. 10 all the scrums. The penalties have gone 12-6 in favour of South Sydney. The try scorers for the South Sydney side, Danny Loftus 2, Ziggy Niscott 1, Ken Wright 1, and Tony Melrose 1, with 5 goals from 7 attempts. This is the 7th coming up right now. He's kicked it, and that's 27 points to 22. The end of the section. So at full time we've got a scoreline that reads South Sydney 27, Western Suburbs 22. In a very entertaining game of football, the South Sydney fullback Danny Loftus, he scored 2 tries and made one, all round good game.